Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's a Wonderful Plan. If this is the first time that you're stopping in, welcome. I'm Tina. I hope you have fun here with me today. And if you are returning, welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me in another video. Today I'm going to be setting up my February month at a glance pages and the dashboard pages for the month. Now I've already decorated those pages. I'm going to show those to you in just a moment, but today I'm going to actually show you how I fill the pages in once I've decorated them. All right, so let's go ahead and go to February first and let me share with you how I have decorated these pages. Now, I like to be kind of minimal in my month at a glance. I don't like to fill in any type of decorations in the actual functional boxes. So what I have done is just trimmed the pages with this washi and some pretty florals. And February, of course, we are celebrating Valentine's Day. So I kind of wanted to have like a pretty romantic feel to this month at a glance. I've also noted that it is Black History Month as well. Now, I've used washi tape from the washi tape shop, and then I have some florals here that I got from Live Love Posh, and a couple of these other stickers here I got from RONGRONG. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and show you my dashboard pages now that coordinate with February. So these are already decorated as well. So I've carried over the same theme with the trimming of the washi, the florals, and then of course I've added a couple of girls in here, and I've gone ahead and set this completely up. Now I want to show you what this looks like had I not set anything up. So I'm going to come over here to March. That way you could see what the blank pages look like. So here's the month at a glance for March, and then here are the dashboard pages that coordinate with it. Now each month the color will go ahead and change. I do have the Harmony Neutral layout. All right, so what I have done is I've added in boxes, and I've sort of made this really my own. I've customized it. I've grabbed different elements from different planners that I've used last year and gone ahead and kind of condensed it all onto these pages. So far, I'm really liking it. It's really worked well for me for January. All right, so what I have here is I have a box here for affirmations. I have a box here for action list, and I do have 4 bullet points here. I have this box here, which is achievements. This one's gratitude. This one is personal goals. And then this one is body and soul. Now these boxes right here, I took those ideas from a planner that I was using last year, and that is the RONGRONG planner. I really liked these boxes, so I decided to go ahead and move those items into this planner for this year. And I also have achievements and gratitude. Those are 2 that I decided to go ahead and add in here. Those were not part of any other planner. I just thought that that would be a great way for me to go ahead and write down any achievements that I have had for like the previous month, and then what I'm grateful for as well. All right, now on this side, I've gone ahead and created a section for my lists. So I have here titled Us, which would be myself and my husband, what's happening this month, like the highlights for the month. And then I have a section here for my parents because I am a caregiver for them. So there's always things that I need to do for them. So I like to have a list going for them. Now down here, I do have this covered up. I have it filled out already. This is where I like to put my bills, the date that I paid them, how much they were, and then that I paid them. So that's sort of how I've had this grid set up for a while. It's worked really well for me. And then this is just a big sticker that I have here with this girl, and then it says hustle your heart out. It is a blank area, so if I do want to write anything in there, I can, or just leave it blank. Now today I want to share with you how I actually fill them out and what I actually put in these pages and where I get this information from. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with the month at a glance. Now, like I said, I like to keep things very minimal in here. I don't really necessarily add in box stickers. I might occasionally, I change it up from month to month. So generally I like to use highlighters, and I'll grab ones that are coordinating to whatever color scheme I've already decorated it with. I've already picked these two out, and I do have some dates to the side here that I wrote out, so that way I can refer to them for when I go ahead and highlight the things. Now, I'm not going to necessarily highlight like a long line. I just kind of like to create a little bit of like a bullet point almost here. So we're gonna start off with the appointments that I have going on. All right, so on the 2nd, I have a couple of appointments, and I'm not really writing the details out here because some of them, of course, are personal, but I do have 2 appointments. So I just wanna go ahead and kind of put a little bit of a like mark and sort of like the time that they are. So that way it's going to kind of give me a little bit of room to write in here what I need to. Now, the ones on this side get a little tricky. So I'm actually going to close this up or fold it back. And then that way I can go ahead and do this side, and then I'll probably flip it over and do the other side. It just works a little bit easier for me. So here's the 8th, and that's going to be a morning thing that I need to do. And what else do I have on this side? On the 12th is the Super Bowl. Now I have to be careful because this is plastic, so this kind of like extends over. So I'm probably just gonna kind of draw a line here. I'm gonna try doing it like that because it is the Super Bowl, and then I could just write it in there. And then let's see, the 21st, I do have something going on here. And then I think that's it on this side. So let's go through so I make sure I didn't miss what I need in here. So I'm just gonna write the times down. So let's see here. So the 8th, I've got something at 9 a.m. And then I could write the details, and then I'm just going to check that off so that way I know that I went ahead and wrote it in already. The 14th, I have to write a note on here, but I didn't get to it. The 21st, 9 a.m. So I'm going to write that in, and then I think we're done with that. Now, I'm also going to go in, and there's things that I do like on particular days. So I'm going to write that in also, but I'm going to use a different highlighter color for that. So on Tuesdays, well, let's start with Mondays. So Mondays, I like to watch the memory planning from LifePlanner Action. Bess, she does a memory planning on her Instagram live Monday evenings. So I do like to watch that when I can. So I like to go ahead and note that in here. And then on Tuesdays, I like to visit with my parents. That's a pretty standard. And depending on what I have going on, if I need to take them somewhere, then I will go ahead and try to schedule that on Tuesday. Wednesday, I try to keep Wednesdays more like for things that I need to do for myself in the morning, or then I go ahead and work. And then let's flip this over. So we're going to come over here to Thursday. So I'm kind of jumping around a little bit, but because I can't take the pages out the way that I used to do when I was using a disc-bound planner, now I just flip the planner over. It's been working really well for me. So far I really like it. Okay, so I've got something going on the 9th. So I need to, oh, I forgot to write these times in. Let me do that. So I'm going to just write the times in, and then I'll go in and write the details in off camera. Okay. All right. And then the 9th, I've got something at 9:30. All right. And I've also found if I just use like the little like bullet point like that with the highlighter instead of going completely across, it's kind of a little bit easier. If something gets canceled or changed, I could just white it out very easily. So now on the 10th, I do like to schedule that day to transfer money and pay bills. So I've got that sticker that I'm going to use there. So I went ahead and did that. All right, I did the Super Bowl. Oh, I have to leave myself a note to do something for my dad here. So I'm gonna put that in there and write that in. Need to give my dad something. And we're coming back over here. Let's see. Oh, I have a hair appointment here. Which, okay. And I might have some things going on Friday mornings, but I'm not quite sure about that yet, but I'm gonna leave that blank for now. So this is actually probably a little too high. I'm gonna have to like move that down. So I should do that right now. So here I am with my whiteout, super easy, and it covers it up nicely. So I'm just gonna move that down a little bit. I'd actually like to switch this, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. All right, I've already written this, and then Saturday mornings is when I do my YouTube video. I have a YouTube video coming out Saturday morning, and I believe that's when I am releasing this one. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to, I don't know, sometimes I highlight the whole thing and fill it in. Let's see, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to draw a line here. And I like to, of course, put my highlighter down because then you want to like let it dry a little bit and then you want to write over it. And those lines are all like different, but you know what? It's okay. It doesn't really matter. It's not that big of a deal. All right. So then like I said, I like to let that dry just a little. And then I do have something going on here on the 11th. So I'm actually just going to use that because it's not for sure, so I'm gonna kind of fill that in when I have more details. All right, so now I'm gonna go back here, and I like to release my videos at 9 a.m. for YouTube, and that's Central Time, and I am on the chat, the live chat. So the video is released what's considered a premiere. I generally like to go ahead and remind everybody that I will have a premiere the Friday before, kind of depending on how early I get things together is when I will go ahead and put a notation in my community feed here, or I will go ahead and put it in my stories over on Instagram. Just reminding you that I do have a YouTube video. It premieres. What the premiere means is that it is playing live. So it's playing in live time, in real time. And then I am in the chat. So you can chat with me, and nobody's on camera. I'm not on camera. The video's playing. It's already like pre-recorded and edited, and I put it up and it's just playing live, and then we could chat. So if you're not sure how that works, you just click on the live chat. There should be a live chat option. You click on that and it'll come up on the side, and you'll see that I have written a message there and there's chatting going on. So please stop in, hit the live chat. You are not on camera or anything like that. It's just like DMs and it's live. So it's really fun. I really enjoy that every like Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Time. Okay, so this one's gonna be the Super Bowl. So let me go ahead and write that in so that way it's filled in. All right, so I went ahead and I wrote in the Super Bowl, and then I also filled in my memory keeping with LifePlanner action at 8:30 p.m. Now that's Central Time, so it's really fun. I love watching Bess. She's always has some creative things to share with us, and it's a great way to dedicate some time just for memory keeping, like every week. I have been trying to join that. On Tuesdays, I did go ahead and write in like my parents because I do some things every Tuesday for them. But I'm there more than just Tuesdays, but that's a day that I'm always there, and it kind of depends on what time, so I never put a time on there. And then I went ahead and wrote in all of my appointments, which you saw me do that already. Okay, so this is already set and ready for me to use for February. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is fill out the dashboard pages. So to start off, we're gonna start on this side, and I'm going to fill in affirmations. Now, I like to keep this very simple. I like to do 3 affirmations. One of them, I like to do my word of the year. Now, I don't have a word of the year yet. I still have to have one. And I've been like I really have enjoyed choosing a word for every year. And I've been doing it for a few years, but honestly, it's just been a little crazy for me this year. Like it ended a little crazy in 2022 and it has started off to be a little crazy. So I feel like I'm a little behind with certain things, and that happens to be one of them, but you know what? It's okay. But that's what I like to write there. And then I also like to put a couple of quotes that I use every single month. And one of them is like to be present. So I found this one here, and this one is be in the moment, which is really the same thing. And I don't do anything special with these. I just kind of like lay them in here, and I do try to find stickers for them. The other thing that I do every single month is this quote, "You got this." This is something that my brother would tell me all the time. And those of you that know me know that I lost my brother back in 2020. I still can't talk about him without getting really choked up. We were extremely close. But I like to put this in here because I just feel like he's always telling me, you know, you got this. So I always put that quote, and then a be present quote, and then my word for the year, which of course, that is going to be one of the things that I'm going to put on my action list because I need to choose a word of the year. And I would love to know, do you have a word that you have picked for the year? And if you do, I would love to hear what it is. Drop it in the comments down below, and I would love to hear all about it. The next thing for my action list is that I really do need to create a vision board. I'm horrible with vision boards, but it's something that I definitely want to have. I actually have stickers pulled for it already. I think I just need to find some like pictures from magazines, which is something I just don't have around the house anymore, are like pictures. So I think I'm gonna just kind of browse the internet and see what I can print out from there. So a vision board is definitely something that I wanna try to get done for this month. And the next thing is my wellness. So I'm gonna write that down here. And the fourth one, I'm going to write here schedule. Let's write consistent schedule because I have had a really hard time with that. And I really want to be better with having a consistent schedule for myself. Since I work for myself and I'm a caregiver, those things tend to become a little bit of a problem because what I tend to do is I work around everybody else's schedule, which is not good. You know, it's never good to like do that to yourself, but that's kind of what has been going on. And I definitely want to create my schedule, and then that way I can put in whatever it is that I need to do for like my parents, that type of thing. Then I can feed those tasks and things into my schedule. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to create a consistent schedule for myself and then go ahead and put in all of the things that I need to do for everybody else. Okay, so those are my action lists for this month. Now, am I going to get all of this done? Probably not, but it's okay. If I have the same thing on my action list for March, it's okay. Just writing it down is really just a great reminder, especially for me. I'm very much a visual person, so to have things written out and be able to write them out, it helps me remember and emphasize like what I really need to do, whatever that may be. And I may just write things out one time and never have to even look back at them. It just really clicks with me that way. So I absolutely love creating these pages because it just really sticks with me. All right, so these personal goals are now going to be kind of coincide with my action list. So I'll go ahead and kind of fill that out later. That'll be a little bit more detail. The next thing I have here is my body and soul. Now, I love using stickers to fill this out because I found some awesome stickers in this wellness sticker book from the Happy Planner that have worked out beautifully to fill in the body and soul section. So I went ahead and I marked them, and actually I am like, oh, look at that. I'm like almost out of them. And I really want to, I think I might want to get this book again just for that. And then it's got some really nice like affirmation stickers in here. I've used a lot from here. So I don't know. I'm thinking that I might pick up another one of these just because of those stickers that I'm really enjoying using. So body and soul, I'm going to grab this exercise sticker here. And I really like these because they're on clear paper and they are little and they've got all the different topics that are just like perfect. So I'm going to put here, and I don't put this in any particular order. I'm just grabbing the stickers and I'm just putting them in here, and they're great reminders for me to work on exercising, hydrating. I'm very good with taking my vitamins, but this is all part of like body and soul. I'm not using the no spending. I'm going to use the me time. Oh, it's my last one. And I just love these. They're so cute with the little icons on there. And I just like how clean and it looks. Gratitude. I'm going to use that one. And then tidy up. That's really not part of body and soul. Walking. I'm going to put that in here. Okay, and then I have 2 more spaces left. I don't know, I think I'll probably just leave them blank, but here's another page. Eat well, let's do that one. This has got a bigger icon. See, this page is a little bit different, but I think it'll, yeah, see how that one's a bigger one? So I don't know, I think I'm just gonna trim this down. All right, so I just took the little icon off, but I want to keep the wording and put that right there. And maybe, yeah, see, you know what? I'll just do that. That's fine. I'll put it on that side. That's good enough. So you see how perfectly these work? I really like that they fit perfect in the lines there. And to me, it just looks like so neat and clean. And I don't know, I like the way it looks. So I think I'm going to get another one of these because I really, really have liked those stickers and they lasted me a really long time. So, okay, now we're going to move over here to my lists. Now, I'm not going to be filling this out with you because this is personal information, but I do want to show you like where I get the things that I need to do, because I have created in the front here some central pages to remind me what I need to do for each month. So let's go ahead and I'm going to actually close it up and come up here to the front to 2022-2023. That is my month at a glance pages here. I'm sorry, my year at a glance pages here. So we're going to be down here in February, and let's see what's going on. We've got holiday, we've got Valentine's Day, and then we've got paydays. So nothing really specific going on in February that I need to write in there. But I will write Valentine's Day. So let me come over here and let's do it together. Okay, so I think I'm gonna use This kind of came down a little bit, but that's okay. I think I'm going to use this marker here and make it a little fun. We'll see. All right, so I went ahead and wrote that in there. Okay, so now let's go back. Okay, so I went ahead and I looked at those pages. Now I'm going to turn the page here and I'm going to come to my box page where I have created these sections for each month for things that are going on for each month. So I want to check birthdays for the month of February. I don't have any family or like really close friends having birthdays in February, so I'm not sure as far as like other people. I'm sure I have other people that are in February, but I just don't have it on here. Valentine's Day, I've already made a note of that. I need to make a note because we need to renew our Costco membership. So I'm going to actually write that in here under us. And it's just kind of a reminder. I think it's like on an auto renewal, but I just want to make sure that I have a note of that on there. All right, now the other things. Oh, I do need to buy birthday cards for the next month. So I have like birthdays coming up in March, so I like to buy them ahead of time. Of course, it is Black History Month, which I've already noted that in my month at a glance right here. And then, oh, I want to start spring cleaning, declutter, and donate. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down here. And then I know that there's like some appointments that I need to follow up with. And now I'm going to come over to my notes section, and actually I'm going to come over to lists. And I have that marked here with this little magnetic. And here are all of my lists. Now I have different categories here, and I just covered them up because they're personal. I had to fill this page out. I really needed to have it filled out because I need to start like using the pages that I've created for myself. So what I did was I just covered them up. But what I will do is I'll go through here and I'll look over the list of the things that I need to do like for myself. And then I'll pull whatever I need to from here, or for my husband, or then here's the category for my parents. So there's like my mom, my dad, and then their home. And then I have a list here for our home, and then I have a list here for work. So this is a really nice like central dump area to put things that are going on for the year. I have quite a few things already listed. There's definitely room here, but this is something that kind of needs to be done for the year. It's not something that needs to be done like immediately. And then obviously some of the things will change, but this is just kind of like an overview. And then I will look that over, and then I will go ahead and grab whatever I can from there and say, okay, well, I want to accomplish, you know, XYZ in February, you know, that type of thing. So that's the reason why I like to go ahead and look at my things that I need to do for each month in a very specific order. I want to go ahead and look at the overview, okay, which was this one right here. And then that way that can kind of go into like this month, all right? And then I like to look at what's going on for the month, that only happens like in this month, okay? And make sure that I note it, or that I have started a project that I have kind of like figured out and organized and scheduled to start in February. And then I want to make sure that I put those items in here, okay? Then I will come to my long list for the year and then grab the things that I feel that I can also get done this month. Okay, so there's different things that are happening throughout the year. There's different priorities that happen. And obviously this will go ahead and change, and I will have to add things on here. So the way that I put the items on here don't necessarily mean that this is like the priority. This is really just a reminder. Start spring cleaning. Again, that's just a reminder. The dentist is actually more important for me. We're going to be getting some new insurance cards that, you know, because insurance, like, you know how that goes. Your health insurance and things like that change over for the new year sometimes. So I need to make sure that I get those. And, you know, so there's different things on this list that are going to take priority. The same thing with my parents. I'll write the things down that I really need to get done for them this month. And then I will go ahead and look at the list and see, okay, well, I don't have a lot of priorities for this month. So now let me come and turn to my central list for the year. And then I'm going to grab something from there and try to get it done for this month. So that's how I go ahead and use the pages that I've already created at the front of the planner to go ahead and pull those things to fill out these pages right here. Now for this section down here is my bills section. I have found that this works really well for me just because of the way that my husband and I have our finances set up. Some of like utilitarian items like phone bill and electricity and gas, that type of thing, those are all like on auto pays, but I will write them down here so that way I do remember that, you know, I'm going to need to have that money in the account. So, you know, when that bill gets pulled, I already have the money there. So this is kind of a section that I like to have set up with those auto pays on there, and then, you know, what the total is for those bills, and then how much I am going to need to transfer in to go ahead and make sure that the money's there. So when they do pull out those automatic payments, you know, the money's there to be covered. All right, so that's it for February. I am all set up and I'm ready to go. And I really wanted to share kind of the details of filling in the pages as opposed to just the decorative creative side of it. I think it's also really important to know like how I'm filling these pages in. So I just wanted to make sure that I shared with you how I go ahead and do that. And I do like to use a color code system for my month at a glance. So I'll use the highlighters, or sometimes I'll just use stickers, or I mean, you could use colored pens. I don't really care for the colored pens, but you know, everybody has their personal preference, but these are just some ideas that you can use for yourself. You could use those little colored dot stickers. Those work great as well. Whatever you decide to use, make sure you can write on it. You know, have the proper pen to write on it, that type of thing. So there's so many different things that you can do to go ahead and fill in your month at a glance pages. And then obviously these pages are like blank and you can create whatever you want on here. This particular system works really well for me so far. This is obviously just the second month of the year that I'm using this, but I've been able to kind of take the things that I really like from other planners and put them into these pages. So I'm really excited about this Life Planner. It's working really well for me, and I hope that you got some ideas here for yourself. Please drop in the comments below if you have any tips, ideas, suggestions for me or anybody else, because I know I personally love reading the comments, and when I look at other people's videos, I also like to look at the comments too, because you can get a lot of ideas from there. So please, I welcome any of your tips and ideas to share with me, or like I said, anybody else. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a like. Make sure that you are subscribed here, hit that notification bell, and drop a comment, like I said, down below. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.